The areas that might be those of controversy about whose responsibility it is to get the pencils out and whose responsibility to get the stamps out to election judges and this sort of thing is not in as good a shape as I'd like to see it. I would have hoped some way that we would have had the complete and total cooperation of the same people who have been preparing elections and handling them in Dallas County for years to do this part of it. I do know that the statutes require, if you make a choice to use this device, that it be administered or selected by the Commissioner's Court, and that any preparation for education and the use of this device and this sort of thing, but not in the holding of the election itself, not in the education of the election judges on general election law. This is not our area, and I'm a little disappointed here. I'm hopeful that we will get in these last days the cooperation necessary to give us an opportunity to have an election, because I think that this service, if any, is certainly to the voter in Dallas County. This was not our intent. Our intent was to try to save his money. It belongs to him. We as administrators looked at all these devices we could look at and handled in 6 different elections in 4 different states. And we're convinced that the machine itself will work and that the public can understand it and use it. There isn't any question.
Over 100 ladies really concentrated on crime and its prevention today here at St. Matthew's Cathedral. They're members of the Women's Council of Dallas. David Witts, Dallas attorney and chief counsel for the Legislative Interim Investigation Committee, went over the figures showing the rising crime rate, not only by organized crime, but in the unorganized category, and particularly by juveniles. He also told of the repetition of crimes by certain people and the misplaced emphasis of some courts. But beyond just explaining these well-known facts, Witts challenged the ladies to provide money to really get involved themselves.
It is simply this: a community-wide program or organization set up by representatives of all of the various civic, social, religious, scholastic groups, and create a permanent ongoing committee. There's a permanent headquarters, a permanent staff, a permanent fund, whose functions would be to be aware of crime, to assist in its detection, in its prevention, in following through on offenses, parolees, and giving support to your law enforcement.
Buster McDonald, Channel 8 News.
They should be consistent. In other words, the penalty for, say, stealing peaches should be about the same severity as stealing any other produce or fruit. And we have a situation where someone comes into the legislature and gets a law passed, say, for stealing pecans. Well, it has one penalty, and stealing peaches has another penalty, or stealing oranges has still another penalty. And there doesn't seem to be too much basis for all of these inconsistencies.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
We're just gonna pretend. How's that? There. There. Now.
The ox cart was here when I come here, but was here a while longer after I come. And then it disappeared. Horse and buggy days come along. Then the automobiles come along. Then the jets come along. And I don't know what's coming next.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
this action was precipitated by the statement that Mr. Price made to the news media yesterday, which indicated that he had personal knowledge on election night that the ballots were being tallied erroneously. We feel that Mr. Price has not met his responsibility to the people of the city of Dallas. It is our opinion that he should have reported this to the city secretary, as he indicated he did, but that he should also have reported this to the city attorney, to the mayor, and to the city council.
This is typical of a sore loser, and the citizens of Dallas are going to win. The majority of citizens voted for the enlargement of the city council as well as for all of the other propositions. Now, as far as his remarks about resenting being called a member of the Losers Club, I have no further comment except to say if the shoe fits, wear it.